And Rasmus Højlund has been some upturn.
He's the youngest player in Premier League history to score in 6 consecutive Premier League matches.
His shot conversion rates since Christmas are far better than anyone else in the Premier League.
He's a young kid, he's 21, playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Manchester United's breakthrough star, Alejandro Garnacho.
Only Phil Foden has more chances created from carrying the ball than Garnacho this season.
Is that up there with one of the greatest Premier League goals of all time?
I can't talk highly enough of the lad. The lad's been absolutely amazing for 18 years of age.
Calmness at such a young age is incredible.
And he just never ever looks flustered. Such a cool head on young shoulders.
Despite their worst domestic season in recent memory, Manchester United are finally stringing together some decent results, and it's all thanks to 3 special players. Yes, today we're talking Rasmus Højlund, Alejandro Garnacho, and Kobbie Mainoo, or what I like to call the class of 2024. Welcome back, guys. You're watching the Sideline Starters, and my name is Andy, first team all sideline. Man U fans, identify yourselves by clicking that like button, and once you've done that, let's get started. The only place to start our analysis is with the man we were calling Haaland 2.0 in the summer. And I know it sounds crazy in hindsight, but there's a reason why everyone was on the Højlund hype train, and it was mainly desperation. United were doing this thing where they refused to sign any striker under the age of 30, and so when none of those signings worked out, it was time to try something new, which is where the 20-year-old Danish striker from Atalanta came into play. The youngin possessed a blistering pace that Cristiano Ronaldo and Wout Weghorst simply didn't have, and offered a defensive work rate comparable to the likes of Edison Cavani. Add that to his 10 goals and 4 assists across all competitions for Atalanta the season prior, and you had the recipe for wonderkid status and the €72 million price tag that came with it. And while United fans would have to wait until Christmas for Højlund to score his first Premier League goal, he was immediately effective in the Champions League, scoring on his debut against the mighty Bayern Munich, bagging his first brace for the club against Galatasaray, and sealing his second against boyhood club Copenhagen. And while Højlund's 5 goals across 6 appearances were worthy of praise, United somehow managed to lose literally every single Champions League game he scored in, and crashed out of the competition in shame, a humiliation that bled into the team's domestic form, as they entered Boxing Day having lost 8 of their 18 total Premier League games. But something changed on December 26 against Aston Villa, as Højlund's first Premier League goal not only won them the game, but galvanized the squad into a run of form that hasn't stopped since, with the Great Dane becoming the youngest player in league history to score in 6 consecutive appearances. A run that's tied him with Scott McTominay as the club's top domestic goalscorer. And while 7 goals may not seem like a lot on face value, they quickly become more impressive when you realize that Højlund's only taken 29 shots, which, believe it or not, means he's posting a shot conversion rate on par with Erling Haaland and Mohamed Salah. I'm just saying, man, the kid doesn't waste any of his touches and is incredibly direct in his decision making, as Højlund leaves all the flair and fancy footwork for his next classmate. Okay, full transparency. If I had a shot for every time I watched that replay of Alejandro Garnacho's bicycle kick against Everton, I'd look like Wayne Rooney by now. I mean, it was just ridiculous, wasn't it? To elevate your body that high while you're basically running away from the ball. Not only was it hands down the goal of the season, it was the goal that made Garnacho a household name, as everyone stopped to take notice of the 19-year-old Argentine who'd spent the last year and a half fighting for a spot on the team. Alejandro was actually recruited from Atletico Madrid's academy back in 2020 at the age of 16, and before his 18th birthday had already carried the United youth side to their first FA Cup trophy since 2011. He made his first team debut that April and ended the 2022 season by winning the Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year award, and would enter the 2022-23 campaign as Erik ten Hag's first choice substitute, racking up 5 total goal contributions in 19 abbreviated appearances. Those performances prepared Garnacho for this season, and everything seems to have fallen into place for him. Jadon Sancho sabotaged his career at United. Antony has 1 godforsaken goal in 2 seasons, and Anthony Elanga was sold to Forest, which left Ten Hag with no other option but to let Ale cook. And the kid's already got 3 more goal contributions this season than he did all of last year. Now, I'm not saying that these are world-class numbers by any stretch, but considering the fact that United's coaching staff routinely ruin the reputations of world-class players and never seem to truly fulfill the potential of their youngest stars, I'd say Garnacho is doing exceptionally well. Oh, and the club's also transitioning into new ownership as well, but you get the point. It's a lot of responsibility for a teenager to bear on his shoulders, and while Garnacho's braces against Unai Emery's Aston Villa and David Moyes' West Ham have kept United in the race for top 4, forwards are ultimately nothing without the help of their midfield, which brings us to the last member of the class. For the last decade, no area of the pitch has embodied the directionless and disjointed structure of the club more than its midfield. From signing veterans on high wages who were way past their prime, spending 100 million euros on unmotivated talents, and countless other misguided transfers, United have desperately tried to recruit a midfield general and may have actually found him this season. Kobbie Mainoo, the 18-year-old from Stockport, is the latest midfield prospect to perform in the theater of dreams. He joined the academy in 2021, quickly impressing with his ability to seamlessly carry the ball beyond defenders, a skill set that he would bring to the Premier League after making his debut in January of 2023. And in the 365 days that have elapsed since then, the teenager has amassed impressive dribbling percentiles amongst midfielders across Europe's top 5 leagues. And while dedicated United fans would have seen his rise coming, the rest of the world was introduced to Kobbie after he danced his way through the Wolves defense en route to a 96-minute game winner, a goal that truly put Mainoo on the map and cemented his role as a consistent starter in Erik ten Hag's midfield. And while his attacking prowess makes for a great highlight reel, his irreplaceable contribution to the team is on defense, putting up legitimate world-class percentiles for shots blocked and clearances per 90. Mainoo covers the space that Casemiro's legs just can't anymore, and with the help of Højlund and Garnacho appears to have brought fight back into a team that spent the first half of the season looking vulnerable, weak, and uninspired. A team still miles away from where fans expect them to be, but nonetheless a team with 3 special players those same fans can be excited for. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed today's video and consider subscribing for more content like this. Till next time, everyone.